The following podcast is brought to you by Iconic Nation Media. Welcome to In Studio with Kimberly Lovi, where mindset meets motherhood, media meets mogul energy, and every episode feels like a front row seat to the life you're meant to lead. The podcast where ambition meets authenticity and we make success look oh so good, all while having lots of laughs. I'm Kimberly Lovi, wife, mom of three, founder of Iconic Nation Media, and the CEO who's been there, built that, all while chasing toddlers and even making an occasional appearance on the tennis courts. This show is your front row seat to the real talk behind building a brand, raising a family, and becoming the most iconic version of you. We cover business, mindset, motherhood, media, and all the messy moments in between. Every week, I'm joined by visionaries, creators, and change makers who aren't afraid to share the unfiltered magic behind their come up. This isn't just a podcast. This is your all-access pass to finally play big. Let's play boldly, beautifully, and unapologetically together. So grab your matcha, fix that crown, and get ready to step into the studio. In Studio with Kimberly Lovi, because your next level has been waiting. And it's fabulous. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome to In Studio. I'm joined today by the lovely Yvette Inclon. Welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you.
I bullied her into coming back as per usual.
Yes.
So we have a lot to catch up on as always. I really wanted to talk to our audience today about when the hustle hurts, when your hustle hurts. So burnout, you need new energy.
I feel like emotionally.
Yeah. Emotionally.
Drained.
Just being drained.
Yeah.
And I feel like we were kind of getting to that point just because we've been hustling so hard.
Yes.
So I know all of our wonderful audience members feel us on that. And I love this like summer moment we're having, all of us collectively. I just feel like we're in such a great moment of like summer fun. I'm loving watching people's Instagrams. They're living their best life. They're traveling.
Yep.
They're vacationing. They're getting tan. How's your summer been?
Boring.
You've been working.
Yeah.
Are you feeling burnt out?
No. I mean, like this weekend, I kind of took it back a little bit because I do work every day, but not all day. Like it's when I get these spurts of like creative energy, or you text me like, hey, what's up?
Ooh.
No, it's it's because we have so many clients that I could work on any one of them throughout the day, and it doesn't matter.
It never ends. Content doesn't sleep, folks.
Yes. Or if I get an idea and I'm about to go to sleep, I'll literally get out of bed, go like, either flush it out, or then I end up starting it. So that way the next morning I could just polish it and then post it. So this weekend I really didn't do anything. I saw a friend in Long Beach. And then Sunday, I was going to jump on some things, but I just felt like catching up on all reality TV and being a bum.
What's your favorite show right now?
I guess it would probably be The Valley.
Oh, I still haven't watched that.
Yeah, I think you would be. I don't know if you would really like it, or be that interested in it, just because right now it's a lot of, they're all in their late 30s, early 40s. They're all married, having kids, and that struggle with the first years of having a child, balancing your career, balancing a relationship, and then, add on rumors and addiction. It's kind of a little dark right now. Oh. So I don't know if it would
I've
be
already
a waste
lived
of your time.
that.
Yeah, exactly.
3 times over.
Exactly. It would be like a waste of your time, I think. And then just the usual housewives. But in regards to not like reality TV, I can't think of, just like the normal Dateline 2020 murders, the usual that put me to sleep.
Yeah. You know which one I really want to work on watching is, because I don't know if you guys know, but I don't consume any TV because I'm too tired. So I end up collapsing at the end of every day at 8:30 p.m. But
yeah, you're also up at 4:30. So.
Yeah, I'm up early working and all of that stuff. But the Real Housewives of Miami has returned, and there's this woman named Stephanie Shojai, and she's married to a real estate developer that she came in and kind of took over marketing for all their developments and condos. And then she just lives like, he bought her like a private jet for like one of her birthdays and the Rolls Royce. Like she's living that life and she's so in love with him. And I think there's like a 30-year difference or something. But meanwhile, she's become a huge part of his company to the point where she's actually the president of the company. So it's fun to see a girl that have all the things and be that girl, like the whole woman.
And be in love
and
a
be in
relationship.
love, and
She doesn't have kids, so that's why maybe she's not so tired.
yeah,
who knows?
But I love that. Like
Yeah.
I love that it shows a woman that is with an older man that doesn't have kids. Like maybe she is a different prototype of person, and I think that's wonderful to showcase all different aspects and personalities and lifestyles, because the way we live is not the way everybody else lives, you know?
And although I would imagine, because she was 30 years younger, she could have been called, how we get labeled like gold diggers or, anything to that effect. But like, you can tell she truly loves him. Yeah. And they've built an empire together.
Yeah.
So however it may have started or, what things people were saying, I truly believe that they have a good marriage. Of course.
Same.
We may be shocked in a year if something comes out.
You never know.
But
I think it's great. I don't hate on it. I think it's fabulous. Go live your best life. And I'm here to see all the glam and the way she holds her ground. She seems strong. She seems smart. I love that she comes from I think she's Colombian, right? A Colombian background. I love that immigrant story. I love that story.
Her parents seem so cute and in love as well.
She brings her parents with them. Anyway, so that's been like my thing. I've only caught one episode so far. So, I'm not that deep into it, but I'm very much looking forward to it. Oh, and on that front, I also like that Lisa Hochstein, or I don't know, did she change her last name? I'm not really sure.
Not yet.
She built Splitwell.
I know.
A company that is VC backed. Snaps to her. Another woman that was a housewife, built a business off the back of her divorce, which I know was very difficult for her. I love it. I am here for the women going out there and just being the boss and like just giving the world whatever their gift is, however they can. I'm so here for that.
And she, that came about because of her awful relationship. So although it was an awful divorce, he was disgusting, he cheated and made it very difficult for her financially throughout the whole process. This is what came from it.
Yeah.
And she's wanting and willing to like help others learn from, things that she had to go through, what she may have changed in her marriage, maybe financially. I don't know. I just think it's amazing that she's, really come good on top of this, because it seemed like for a few seasons she was struggling.
Yeah.
But she still wanted to go back with him.
Yeah. She was really in love with him and she was really devastated. And I just love a woman that can like fight her way and get back up. I just absolutely love it. So that's pretty much as far as I can take the reality TV discussion, aside from some of the folks we've had on our various shows. It seems like these days, this is odd to say, but I actually feel like the only reality interactions I'm having is like with some of these actual people that we've been working with.
Podcasters,
Yeah. And half the time I'm like, I have no idea who this person is. Like, I feel so bad.
I did, Hannah,
Hannah Barefoot.
Yeah.
Yes.
I listened to that. That was released today. That was an amazing, she seems so sweet, so genuine. She's multi-talented. I have never heard of anybody being able to do everything she does. I loved her honesty about her marriage, about her finding God and continuing her her journey to become the person that she loves. And it was such a great interview.
She is, well, thank you. And when I'm telling you, it was unbelievable. So I met Hannah Barefoot, who is an actress, a famous actress, and she's beautiful. She's my age, our age. I met her at a Get Vibey event, which is founded by Cassidy, JP, and Coach Henry. And shout out to that team because they have built an incredible business. It's like a high-end white glove private and exclusive networking community. And it's like all these really, really upstanding humans, not only from a value perspective, but people that are really successful in their respective areas of expertise, their niches and things of that nature. So I went to her event because what Hannah is doing is she's always been a steady actress. And if you guys didn't catch the episode, go back and listen to episode 162 on In Studio. But in short, she is a mom like me. She has a 15-year-old son. She's a working actress, and she finally really wanted to produce and create her own film.
That's amazing.
In her hometown of Wyoming. She's from Cody, Wyoming.
I was gonna say Wisconsin. I love the whole conversation you had about where Wyoming is. And I swear I did. I would have been right there with you.
100%.
California, I don't think we had geography in fourth grade or whenever we were supposed to have it. 'Cause
it's shameful. I'm not proud. But she is just so beautiful. And the moment we met, we bonded over the fact that she lost her dad. I lost my mom. And we just immediately clicked. And when she came on my podcast, she talked about how her marriage, she's married to a pastor, the marriage almost failed. And it was because she cheated and she was going through a really difficult time. And when she said that, it shocked me. And the fact that she could be so courageous.
I know.
Like, do you know how, like, imagine the worst thing you could have ever done in your life and you're just out there like going on random podcasts and media outlets talking about it and owning it. She owns it. She has a son that can hear about it. Like, there's such courage in what she is able to do because she's proud of her ugly, messy journey. And I respect that. And the community, the comments we've gotten from her.
I know they've been amazing, so sweet in the support.
And her whole thing was like, I was married young and I had a really hard time and I fought. And now she found God in her faith, which was beautiful. And she has a beautiful marriage. She has a beautiful career. She has a beautiful son. It was just,
it's hard work, I would imagine.
Really hard work. I was so proud of her and just so honored. And if you guys want to participate, she's looking at raising funds with the public, which is really interesting to me.
Yes.
And she's a real professional. I mean, she's got professional directors, film producers, all these people behind the film. It's really a big deal. They have their filming schedule, their location. They just need the funding to get it out. So you can actually participate in that. Go back to that episode, look in the show notes, and it's all linked there. It's also on social media, etc. But anyway, she was wonderful. So thank you again, Hannah. And again, shout out to the Get Vibey Network. If you guys are looking to network for your business, please do not miss that chance. It's a really, really great group. And they're actually not far from my studio. They're in the same little area. So that's kind of fun.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So going back to the burnout thing, I have to, this was on my mind because taking time off and going to London with Brian for a week was like I don't know why. It's like kind of like, have you ever been in that mode where you haven't traveled in so long that the idea actually starts... Yeah. Are you in that mode now?
Yes.
Where the thought of traveling is actually really anxiety inducing?
Yes.
So I was starting to really get anxiety.
Well, you were going with no kids.
Yes. For 12-hour flights and all this stuff. And Brian was starting to get a little anxious too, which was interesting.
Mr. Mom was nervous too.
Yeah, Mr. Mom. Everyone's gonna be like, oh, I didn't know she had a stay-at-home dad. Poor Brian runs like multiple businesses. We're calling him Mr. Mom. Multiple jobs. But no, he's just so great with our kids. So we joke that he's a better mom than I am. So anyway, there's that. But it was important. It was so great to really put the pencil down and let myself go live life. Get outside of our little bubble. And it felt like when I finally leaned into it after the anxiety had passed, I had consulted, of course, with Scary Sherry, who told me it was going to be a very safe, successful flight and trip overall. So I was immediately relaxed, plus maybe a glass or two of, some adult beverages. And meeting my neighbor who was next to me in the pod, it was just so like freeing. I was like, oh, I feel like I'm back to myself. And for those of you that want to hear all about our Wimbledon trip, we did an episode 161, I believe, where you can get all the nitty gritty. But what we didn't talk about was the outfits.
Your stylist. You had how did it feel to get styled for your first kind of Wimbledon? It's a specific style. There was criteria, and you and I have both been talking about needing to shop. So there was nothing in your closet you could have even pulled out, and I made you go in a fun consulting kind of session with Kimberly Bennett.
Yes.
She's a great local tennis influencer.
Yes, she is. She's a wonderful tennis influencer. She's so creative, and she's a stylist. So Yvette and Kimberly Bennett asked me to come shopping so that she could style me for Wimbledon because this is exactly her thing.
And I was using it as an excuse to get content.
Yes. And Yvette's like, I need content. All you do is work. You have the most boring content. So I'm like, okay,
perfect.
let's do that. So we went shopping, and man, she has such a great eye. We bought thousands of dollars of stuff. We went to Zara and Aritzia. I'd never been to Aritzia. It's a Canadian company. It's sort of like a step up from Zara. It's a little bit more pricier than Zara, but it's sort of that genre. This isn't like designer or anything like that.
Fits better.
Yes.
I think Zara, I think once you realize your body type, what looks good on you, we realized that Zara wasn't worked for your body.
Right. Because since I had my breast implants done, my body changed, and I hadn't really shopped because I just haven't even been in a place where, like when we've been grinding.
Yeah. We would talk about every time we see each other in the same outfits. We're like, oh, yeah, I got to go shopping one of these days.
Probably make our way shopping because we have all these like glamorous clients. And we're sitting here in like our same clothes with no makeup. So
your outfit's Aritzia
my outfit today is Aritzia.
It just looks much classier than Zara, although the styles are the same.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Yeah. And I think some people out there, they like roll their eyes at like Zara and Aritzia and some of these other places. And like what I say to those people is like, for me, it's all about high-low. It's the diamonds and the Chanel belt with the Aritzia top. It's a high-low experience. I think, it's totally individual, whatever your personal style is, which I think is fabulous.
Yeah.
But for me, I'm good with high-low. I don't need to be head to toe decked out. But I think I can also do a little bit better at elevating myself. So sometimes it's just about having fresh pieces,
agree.
Fresh for the season pieces.
Yeah.
So for Wimbledon, Abby had texted me, which we will have Abby on. She texted me like essentially, I forget how she phrased it in her polite Abigail way, but she basically said like, make sure you get dressed, bitch. Like she basically was like, don't show up as your normal homeless chic self and your aloe yoga, like show up with. So anyway, it's a lot of linens, a lot of whites, but we had so much fun. We figured out.
I kept trying to get you on the sexier side of things.
Yeah.
And Kimberly was great with, really elevating the tennis chic fashion style.
Yes. She is so good.
She has a good eye, yes.
And it's so funny because I love watching people in their zone of genius when their eyes light up. When we were checking out at Zara, her face, like I started filming her because her face she was just so excited.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable.
And she couldn't wait to go to Aritzia.
Yeah, like she was in her.
She said she had gone there first and she already knew what she was going to get you.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So.
Oh, that's so sweet. Well, if you guys want some chic, kind of fashion forward tennis inspiration of like what brands are good, how things fit, all that stuff, please go follow her account at Racket Committee. It is so cute. Her account has gone insane too.
I know. She's really putting out some great content and really like showcasing, what she's good at, which is curating tennis outfits. And she plays the game. She talks about how things fit, what works for her body, how it works with playing on the tennis court. It's all very valuable information. And she's just been loving it.
Yeah. I just love seeing my clients in their purpose. It's like, there's nothing better. Like there is nothing better to me. I love it. So thank you again to Kimberly Bennett for styling me. And I loved my outfits. They were we nailed it.
Yeah.
And I have so many clothes for now that I can wear just for this and for being like a functioning human.
Yeah.
So that was good. And that experience of traveling really just reminded me to like, get out there. Don't be afraid to travel.
And it was your 10-year anniversary.
It was our 10-year anniversary.
You had a lot to celebrate.
We had so much to celebrate. I really am so grateful to have a husband that loves me the way my husband does. Like we always joke, like Brian doesn't even know, and I'm not going to tell him, but there are other women that walk this planet. Like he doesn't even,
he's sweet.
Just such a good, he's really like, I'm so grateful to be loved by a man like him. And I wish that for you, Yvette. We're manifesting
I just love
that.
how obsessed he is, and I want an obsessed man too.
We all, ladies,
like it's no obsession is. I'm joking about that.
Yeah,
it's he is always thinking of her. Like it's just the sweetest thing.
And we saw that with some of our other content that we've created, where the husbands come on and stuff, and it's beautiful. I always love watching like these beautiful marriages, and watching couples in love, and it's just wonderful. It's all the goodness, and we're manifesting that for you, Yvette.
Yes.
Because you deserve it.
I agree.
So, yeah. So it really got me thinking about just the burnout. And this weekend, I decided to lean back into like my feminine kind of energy and be present with my kids and get into cooking. And for me, it's almost like I have a hard time taking off my CEO hat and putting on my mom, wife, feminine.
Right. Or the apron that Dr. I don't know how to pronounce her name. I always forget.
Attell?
I always think it's with an L, like Liat's. Dr. Attell saying you come home, put down your briefcase, and you pick up a apron.
Right. And it was so much fun to, I was cooking with London. She was dropping eggs all over the floor.
That was such a cute.
She's just, but she doesn't eat that well. So it was a great way to get her engaged in like eating different foods
She's
and
always
things.
running around.
She
doesn't focus on food.
No.
She has a lot of things going on.
Very busy.
She is a busy girl.
She's a very busy girl. So, but I was receiving client calls and things. So I was thinking about this for you guys, and I really wanted to talk to you guys about it, which is, do you have protected time in your life? So what do I mean by protected time? Like for me, I am juggling a lot. A lot of us are juggling a lot, but it is really important to create some protected time that is unwavering all the time. So for me, as I think about it, it's not a lot of time that I have protected. Really, it's probably not enough, but for now, this is the best I can do. My 2 protected times I have are as follows. Sunday afternoon, like pretty much from 2:00 on, it is my blackout time for the rest of the night. And that is because we have fammed in. We host it at my house every single Sunday, unless there is some very extenuating circumstance. It's always on. My dad will always be ready to eat by 5:30 on Sunday night. We've been doing this for at least 10 years or at least 7 years. Let me think. 8 years, since we moved. My mom would come over and cook with me. I would design the menu and grocery shop. Then she would kind of lead the cooking. I would kind of be that sous chef. My mother-in-law would be there also helping and watching the kids. Then the men would come in. Everyone kind of starts having a glass of wine. We have our bread. Bottom line is everyone's at my house Sunday night, no matter what happens.
I've been lucky enough to join you guys one Sunday.
Yes.
Thank you for that invite.
Yes. And it's always there. It's always open. It's an open house and we love it. And it's something when my mom passed that I promised her. She actually specifically asked me to make sure I continue to do it and to make sure that my dad is there.
Yeah.
And it's just something it's just one of those things. Like I heard Liat talking to Crystal Minkoff about Shabbat dinner. Cause Crystal is she's married to Rob Minkoff. Yep. Sorry, I couldn't for some reason remember his last name. So sorry. But they were talking about Shabbat dinners being important to them, which is a Friday night thing. For our family, it's Sunday night. So that's a huge important thing that I was receiving client calls and I was like, I cannot. And I always am available to my clients, always.
Right.
And my team. So that's one. And then the other one I have is my tennis, and it's a clinic that I have with my team. It's from 8:30 to 10 in the morning on Tuesday mornings. Again, unless there is something really like we're out of town or like we're really filming, like I really try and block that time.
Right.
It is so important. So one is for family for me and one is for exercise, mental health, and socializing.
You should probably be able, you should add another tennis, like a Thursday morning, Friday
So
morning.
we have a Thursday morning also. It's not in my calendar as hard, but it's in my mind as like, if I can make it. But the
great.
Tuesday is my hard and fast. So like I have those 2 hard and fast, like no matter what, they're absolutes. Those are my protected times. Do you have any protected times?
No, and I should. But my schedule is nearly not as busy as yours. So I still don't feel like I have protected time though. I feel like I just do things work-wise and then I'm just like catching up on TV. I should be doing things healthier, like working out more. I do have a gym membership pass. I even have a gym. I'm like, those are my first baby steps. A gym in my apartment building. So that is something I just need to find a love for a fitness, which I was talking to Jafi about that tennis. I would love to understand and play tennis. I've spoken to Kimberly Bennett about it and with you. So maybe that's something that I would at least try. I love Pilates. So I just need to just do it. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know why I can't just do it, add it to my calendar.
Well, you can. I think it's hard too when you're, especially when you're single, like, and you have more time. I actually think it's harder to manage your time because it's like looser, and then it's like it takes even more discipline as opposed to like you're being forced.
Yes.
That's why I always say I think it's easier to have kids than not in that way in terms of time efficiency.
Right.
Not like in
that's
general.
all you have. So you're just like, that's it.
You have to be efficient. Either that or you just blew your hour off or whatever you have. So like for me, and I heard that actually wasn't my idea. That came from gosh, what was her name? Sonia Dakar. She runs a multi-billion-dollar skincare company.
Yes,
she
in
had
West
4
Hollywood area.
Yes,
Yeah.
in West Hollywood. She was on the Skinny Confidential, and she had 4 kids, and she was running a multi-billion-dollar company, and she said that. And I remember I was running in COVID listening to the interview, and I was like, she literally said having more kids gives you more time. And I'm like, this is the biggest pile of bullshit.
More balance.
And she was basically like, you have to maximize your time.
Right.
So I think back to you in your free time, like, I think it's about finding the couple things that you really enjoy that like really, for me, this concept of the protected time is all about refueling your life and like giving yourself that time to like pour into yourself and not feel like, oh shoot, I should be doing work. I should be
Yes,
blah,
that's
blah,
exactly
blah.
how I feel a lot of the time.
Like, oh, I shouldn't be working out right now on a Tuesday. Like, that's BS. Like,
or I end up going on the treadmill and then I end up getting on my phone. I'll start scrolling and then I end up stopping because I thought of a really good idea. And then I'm like, oh, I'll just go home. That's happened a few times. Of course, I just go home means
yeah,
that like I was over working out. But no, I agree with you. It's just I have to. It is a little bit harder to be more disciplined with that.
it is. So I think it's all about like if somebody out there is struggling like yourself, like try on a couple different things. And I think it should be for you. It should be like, I always have my Pilates or I always have my tennis lesson, whatever you end up like. I think you try a couple different things.
Yes.
Maybe you report back and let us know what you're liking. Maybe you try the yoga, maybe you try Pilates, maybe you try tennis. Then you come back and say, I'm really liking this one thing.
Yes, that's what I need
You
to
just
do.
got to put it on the calendar.
I know.
You know what else we have to do is go to McCall's studio and do Pilates. That is
Yes,
important.
It's beautiful. I've seen the updated photos and videos. Yes, it's gorgeous. I would love to go to do that.
Me too. For those of you that are local, go to Calabasas, go to Crane Pilates with McCall Rouse. She's incredible. She's like a cult leader. People love her. She has hundreds of clients. And she just rebuilt her podcast. Podcast. Do you hear me? I'm like obsessed with podcasting. Here you go. Pilates studio. It is gorgeous. And it is really the studio, and her design concept is really what I use as my first inspiration.
We actually should, let's book a session and take some like video of us doing it.
We should.
Actually, and then
She's got a lot of celebrities going through there. She doesn't ever name names, but I know she does.
And then maybe we can get her on the pod to talk about those celebrities. No, just kidding.
Well, we should get her on the pod regardless, because I've been wanting for her to come on and talk about her studio and her business, because she's another just incredible person.
Unfortunately, she has lost her mother-in-law. So
Yes.
Our condolences to the Rouse family, especially Jen, who we're both close to.
Jason and McCall were very close. They have a show with us, so we have been thinking a lot about them.
I honestly think about Jen almost every day. I just, so we've exchanged text, but I just know in the beginning stages, it's like a whirlwind, and I know it's all fog. So I'm going to, a note to myself is I'm going to continue checking in with her, because I know after a while things kind of settle down and you deal with your real life, and it's not fair.
Yeah, it's tough. It's really tough. So that for me, the last couple of weeks has been a really good change and almost like a reset. It's really hard to put yourself in that state of mind of like, we're turning off, we're going to have fun. We're just going to have fun.
Well, it shows from the content you guys took in the videos of you and Abby. It looked like you guys just had a great time.
We had the best time.
I wish I could like somehow portray it more. It's just a little like to tell the story.
Well, when Abby comes on, you guys will see.
Okay,
and
maybe that's what we're
Here's the
missing.
thing about Abby is she's so self-deprecating.
She's hilarious.
And she's so hilarious.
I've only met her for like a few minutes, but just from your content, like I love it.
Like, okay, here's the thing about both Sam and Abby, both individually and together. I will tell you, and I do not say this lightly, like I feel like I could cry even just saying it. To know them is to love them, period. To know Sam and Abby Query is to love them. Whether you are their neighbor, you know them from tennis, you know them from church, she does bunko, like however you know Sam and Abby, like truly to know them is to love them.
Well, them even taking you on this trip is just
ridiculous.
Amazing.
Ridiculous.
In itself.
It was insane because it's like I forget that they're like such a big deal because they act like they're not. And so I like believe them and I just don't see them that way. Like, but anyway, Abby's going to come on. Oh yeah. By the way, we have our Wimbledon. If for those of you that are watching on YouTube, you can see it. We brought back some goodies from Wimbledon. We've got all kinds of
I should have wore a pink shirt to match.
Brian took this ball when we were at Wimbledon. We went shopping and must have spent a ridiculous amount of money, but we didn't care because it was the experience of a lifetime.
I was going to say experience of a lifetime.
Yeah, I got all kinds of goodies for my tennis team because they really carried me through my darkest days with my mom, and got everybody little goodies, and we got these fun balls. But like trying to pack these in our suitcase was so funny.
Did you guys have to buy an extra luggage?
I thought we were going to have to. Thankfully, Brian didn't pack that much.
Oh, good.
So it was great because I really like used his suitcase.
Yeah.
And he was like doing all the hard work as far as like he's really good at like the geometry of like
I can imagine he seems OCD.
He's very OCD and he's very good at like dimensions and things. I don't know how to, he can always like pack things.
Yes.
It's like a guy skill.
Yeah, like how my dad used to always be able to pack when we go houseboating, all of our luggage in the back of our Suburban.
Exactly.
Like they just get it all in there.
They figure it's like a Rubik's cube.
They like love it.
They love it. It's like Tetris, but in real life. Legos or whatever. Tetris, whatever the boy skills are. So shout out to all those men out there. So yeah, I just for me, what I took from that trip is I want to travel more. So I might do a trip in September to New York for the Wall Street Journal. There's some big major event related to the United Nations in partnership with the Wall Street Journal. So that might be coming up end of September. We also were invited to the World Economic Forum, which is in Davos, Switzerland, which would be massive. I don't know if we can squeeze that in with Super Bowl because we're going to be busy for that.
Yeah.
But it's just a good reminder that if you're in a rut and you're anxiety driven when you think about traveling, just get up, get on a flight, do a quick getaway, or just do even like a local, like a local, you know what we're going to do with our son? We were invited with some moms from our kids' school to do a one night in Santa Barbara with your mother-son thing.
And you did that with your daughter in Malibu.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's great.
Yeah, it was a really important time for me to just like reconnect with Brian, no kids, live our best life, have all the truffle pasta we could dream of, all the Barolo wine we could dream of, shop our hearts out.
And not even have to look at your watch or think that you're constantly rushing to things. I mean, the minute you leave here up until you have to go pick up a kid.
Every minute is accounted
and then drop off a kid, and then you pick up a kid.
Yesterday, you had to go do something, and you asked to move a meeting, which I'm always like, however we can do it, I'm fine.
And you were like overbooked.
But I was like literally triple booked. Like every point, I was like, where can I move this meeting?
We couldn't even have had that meeting anyways.
Yeah, I was like, I screenshotted my calendar. I'm like, here's my calendar for today. So we probably have to.
I was laughing. I'm like, we wouldn't. I mean, I know you would have squeezed it in somehow, but it wouldn't have been to the extent that I was expecting.
Like we wanted like a full sit down. Yeah. So anyway, that was super fun. And tonight we're going to have some celebrations because it is our friend and client, and she's one of my best friends, Liat's, Liat Gerst, her
little belated birthday bash.
Yes. MJ had invited me to join them and some of their, Bravo, some of our friends in the Bravo celebrity world.
I think a few chumps.
Yeah. Can you tell the people the chumps about the chumps?
Jeff Lewis's fans, and he also includes the hosts, which mainly came from a funny interaction he had with Shannon DeBoer's. Did you know this?
What's her name?
Shannon Bedore's. What did I say? DeBoer?
I'm not sure what you...
Shannon Bedore's ex-husband was making fun of Jeff and kept calling him a chump. And so then he just referred to himself as a chump. And then all of a sudden the rest of his crew became chumps. And I love it. I think it's a great
Who
name.
was it that called them chunks or something?
Chunks was Caroline Stansberry.
Oh, is that what was that whole thing?
Yeah.
I didn't even realize.
Then MJ brought it up on the podcast with Doug. And then Doug said he was really offended because he didn't want chunks to be replaced, because he says he's always had issues with eating. And so I posted that as a story on Heel to Feel, and Caroline, amazingly enough, reposted it, which was so sweet and fun.
Is that what the whole thing was?
Yeah.
Okay, I kind of caught that she picked up one of our clips, and I didn't even know what it was
and
about.
she was so sweet. Like, she sent a DM, we had an exchange, but yes, so that's where chumps comes from. So I think the list is mainly a combination of Leah and Jennifer and Leah and Jeff's friends plus chumps.
Yes. So anyway, I'm going to dinner tonight with
That's all you know.
A bunch of these wonderful people that I think they're all so hilarious and fun. And
yes.
I can say now that we had Reza on Heel to Feel.
Yes,
So
that's right.
Reza Farahan, who they are doing their Shaws of Sunset reboot. For those of you that don't know that, it's public. We've kept that secret for a long time. Being in the production world, we've had to,
That was a great episode as well. Reza is just so funny.
I love him.
He can, take all the jokes, give them. He's just also an open book like MJ.
He has I wanted to have him on. I basically requested from MJ and Liat to have him on their show, because when you don't really understand someone, like they act a certain way and you're like, I don't understand this person. Like, and to me, I know I've always liked him on TV, and I didn't fully know who he was. I'm like, I really want to understand him better. And his story really shook me in the sense of he had a really tough situation that he talks about on Heel to Feel. So I don't want to give it away. So please go check out the episode with him. But he really had a unique, difficult kind of like, where does he fit within his own family? Where does he fit in society? And I was really happy I got to understand his upbringing and where he came from, because now I see him for who he is. He's very funny.
And his self-confidence.
He's hilarious.
When Leah asked him, and before she even finished a sentence, the question was, where do you get all your self? And he says, my mom.
Yeah, where do you get your self-confidence?
Self-confidence from. And he was just like, my mom's always told me I've been the shit, and I am the shit. And I just thought that was so great to see, because it could have been the opposite. She could not have accepted him. He could have been bullied, but none of it. He just grew into this confident man that I think people were drawn to because of his personality being, so not loud, but kind of just big
personality.
Yeah.
And I love it. It's so fun getting to have a podcast and produce podcasts, because this is exactly like this, what we're talking about right now,
to get to know people,
is literally the reason why I love podcasts so much. And this is important for those of you out there that are kind of either trying to figure out your brand, or like if a podcast makes sense for you. The way I see it is social media makes people aware of you. And then if you have something to sell, like it's not enough quite. Like it's like, okay, I see you on social media. I see kind of what you're about, but
you don't know them.
Podcast really takes you from like the stage of awareness of somebody to like really getting to know them. And when you host your own podcast, you're able to really control your own narrative, your authentic brand. Hopefully it's authentic to you, which is a big part of our strategy. It's so important to us that we build your brand around who you are. But really getting to just get to know people without anybody else editing, without any other agendas, strategies, whatever happens in the reality world.
Right.
Which is highly, as we know, highly entertaining. But I want Reza to have his own show, his own podcast. I'm telling you right now, I'm going on record and I'm saying it. I've been saying it for weeks. After I had him in studio, I'm like, he needs his own podcast.
He's just I would love to see how he would design his set, but just in general, he just has so much to like provide. Like he even mentioned his reasoning for wanting to be on reality TV wasn't for the 5-minute or 15-minute fame, but was to prove that it does get better within his culture and his being, out, and his family accepted him. He has, luckily enough, not had to deal with any of the mental health issues, but had friends that had committed suicide as a result of not being loved for who they are. So that was kind of shocking to me because I thought he was more of a snobbier type of person. So for him to say that, I really look at him so different now.
Same. He has a lot more depth than I would have thought. We've been really lucky to get to know some of these like celebrities or reality people because, when I meet them, like I see them as someone I've never met before. I don't think of them as like you're a reality star or you're a famous football player, whatever your thing is. Like I've always been this way where I always go when I'm thinking about who I want in my circle and who I like or I don't like or whatever, I always go off of my direct experience with them. And I don't just say that is really how I operate.
Oh no, I judge.
I think most people do, but I've always, since I was a little girl, I've always been very clear in my mind of I'm going off of my experience with somebody.
Yeah.
I tend to hear people's thoughts about people and this and that. I always go by how I interact with that person just because I feel like there's different personalities and different types of people.
Yeah.
And like,
we don't know the whole story.
Well, yeah. And you might not jive with someone I jive with.
Yeah.
And vice versa.
Sure.
Like
yeah.
I might, whatever. So to me, I feel like I've always been very open and I always like to meet people and just like go with my interactions and their energy. It's their energy.
Correct.
That's really what I've always rided on. And is that a word, rided or rode?
I think rided. Or rode on.
Whatever.
We'll chat GPT
later.
later.
I was going to say that.
And then we'll edit that episode.
Yes. But yeah. So anyway, it's been really fun getting to interact with all different people. What other like tips about burnout? Like, I feel like we're kind of ping-ponging around today a little bit, but as we always do.
I was just going to say.
We've already briefed everybody about it. But what other things do you think can help you refuel your
joy for life?
Joy for life.
I mean, it's grief. The grief has been the hardest to get through.
How are you doing with your grief? Has that changed since January or February when we met?
Completely. I think moving out of my apartment unit in West Hollywood was a huge shift in my love for even just getting up in the morning. My studio that I lived in was very dark, and I didn't realize like I worked and lived in the dark, and I never realized how much of a toll that took on my body.
Wow.
I mean,
that's huge.
So moving here, also having somebody that calls me every morning is
to harass you
is nice because it does give me a purpose to get out of bed.
Yes.
And even like yesterday, I was like, you called me, it was still early, 9 o'clock. And I said, oh, I just got up in my voice. And you're like, oh, really? Well, I've been up for 5 hours and blah, 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 blah.
I know. I'm like thinking just now you said 9 o'clock and I'm thinking it's lunchtime.
So now I'm getting up earlier and earlier. Just yesterday, I guess I needed to sleep.
Wait, what's early? Get specific. We want to know.
My alarm clock goes off at 7:30.
Okay.
I don't get out of, but then I'm on my phone.
Yes.
For 30 minutes, and then sometimes it gets into 45 minutes because then I start
you're in the algorithm. Then you're creating content,
and then I'm creating. Yeah. But ideally, by 8, I want to have like my face washed, my AM routine done, take my vitamins, have my smoothie or make my breakfast, and be like at my desk ready to create, post, respond by like 8:15.
That's great. I love that. Something else that helps me is protected one. Actually, this goes into the morning thing. I have a third protected time I just thought of. Mm-hmm. In the morning, I have coffee in the morning before everyone wakes up, and I am manifesting. Mm-hmm. I am talking to my mom. I'm lighting a candle. I'm waking up before it's chaotic. So
what time is that usually at?
It depends. We took London's pacifier away finally, so she's been going to bed later because she's trying to
I
figure
saw her
out.
when she didn't have it like 5 minutes, and I thought she even hit me.
She was a complete drug addict when it comes to pacifiers, and I get
She
it.
had to have 3. She had 3 in her.
Oh, she would go to sleep with 5 of them in her crib every night. 5.
So how did you start this?
I didn't. I had Becky do it when we were in. It was the plan for like 6 months.
And when you guys, I can't.
So the plan is that Becky has trained and weaned all of our kids, whether it's potty training, whether it's sleep training, potty training, removing the pacifier. She's trained everybody for all the things. She's really been like the mom in that way.
Well, the rules mom, or
she's just our wife. I don't know how else to say it. But she came for a couple days, and the whole time I've been telling London's teachers, I've been telling our grandparents.
I love you giving everybody the heads up.
Everybody knows the plan is that we're finally getting rid of the pacifiers.
And she's 3.
She's 3. Like she should have. We've missed the boat by at least a good year and a half. And Becky's like, actually, at 6 months old, I take them. I'm like, I know. But anyway, so long story short, it was funny because Becky's like, when we landed at LAX, she's like, I hope you don't mind, but I took London to Target to trade in her pacifiers for toys. And so tonight it's probably going to be a little bit of a bumpy night. I'm going to have the monitor in case she wakes up and she's struggling. Don't worry about it. I'm like, she's like, are you okay with this? I'm like, okay with it. We've been waiting for you to be here. Everybody already knows the plan. Miss Nina knows the plan. Nellie knows the plan. Bobby knows the plan. Our whole family has been waiting for you to come and do. And she starts cracking up. She's like, oh, well, you didn't tell me. I was like, oh, well, I don't have to. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, we already know this is the plan.
Yeah.
Let's not pretend this is our first rodeo. So we were dying. She was cracking up. I'm like, everybody knew you were going to be doing this. She's like, no one told me. I'm like, we didn't have to. Anyway, long story short. So normally London has a great sleep routine. It's been a little bit bumpy, but she's doing great. Overall, she's doing really great with it. But so normally I like to go to sleep at 9 and then I'll wake up at like 5:30.
Yeah.
5 if I'm anxious about something, 5:30 if I'm on a good track. If I'm sleeping past then, it's because there was something extenuating happening.
Right.
But anyway, so back to you and your life.
Oh, right. So moving was very helpful, I think.
Your grief, I should say, not your life. Yeah.
Yeah. No. Obviously having a purpose, like a place to go to during the day, because I worked from home for the last like 5 years,
Right.
and then also took care of my parents.
Right.
So then loving to see the progress of the studio has been very like bringing back my life in a way, because it's, again, something that I'm excited about and I love. Also having a reason to get dressed, the podcast, to buy clothes, the little things like you've mentioned.
I love that outfit you're wearing, by the way.
It
I
actually
love the
reminds
red.
me so much of my mom. I was getting ready and I'm wearing her shoes, her bracelet, her ring.
Wait, I was going to say how much I love your shoes earlier.
Yeah, these are her shoes. And she had white pants. And I just recently got this top, but I looked down on my outfit and I laughed out loud and said, Mom, I can't believe I'm like dressing like you. And I can hear her say, I told you will. Or like, it's about time that you're getting up and dressing yourself, like not wearing. She hated when I would wear yoga clothes or pajamas, which I would wear here, and no makeup and my hair in a bun. So that has helped a lot. You know, all the things that my therapist said I should do that I'm now starting to do. I didn't realize how heavy and hard it is. I'm excited. Also, Sherry Reiki is going to give me a session to help with releasing the grief from my body.
Yes. Oh my God. You're going to cry, but it's going to be so cathartic and therapeutic for you. It's unbelievable.
I can't wait.
And you're going to feel.
And I'm doing the things like I've been in grief counseling. I have a psychiatrist. I have a psychologist. I have and will continue to always continue my relationship with Psychic Sherry. That has helped me a lot with having someone to talk to about my future, because it was always my parents giving me advice. And now in a way I feel like they're giving her the advice to provide to me, because every decision everything she has told me and the decisions I've made as a result have all been great. We also have Shinka that helps with the medium portion. And I feel my parents come through a lot. And it gives me a sense of connecting and knowing that they're always around me, which is still hard to believe, but parents still give me my signs and Shinka will randomly text me and say, your dad wants to make sure you're okay. Just little things like that. So I think it has been a combination of a lot of things all when I was ready within these last 6 months.
Yes. And I think that's so powerful for you to talk about your environment. That was another realization I had when I was traveling, was how, wow, there's so much life outside of my little, what I've set up for myself. Like I'm in London. There is a whole other world happening around us. And, we get stuck in these routines and these environments.
I'm feeling sorry I constantly felt sorry for myself.
Yeah.
Like it's not fair or,
Yeah.
And then just realize like they're with me. I just have to.
Yeah, they are.
Continue.
And we know that. And continue to watch Heal to Feel. That I cannot say what I really want to say yet, but continue to watch Heal to Feel, because you guys are going to watch some really powerful,
especially the upcoming episode.
Yeah, some really big episodes that are going to really help you.
Where I was bawling, crying so hard, and I could just get teared up thinking about it. But
well, the audience knows we laugh and cry all day long. This is literally our lives, and it's beautiful, and I love it. And Christy Buss has been on the podcast, and she shocked me. She came on, she talked about that her mom had passed 3 weeks before, and when the cameras went down, she looked at me and she goes, I didn't even cry. I was like, that was insane, because I cry every single day.
I'm gonna cry now.
Yeah, that's okay. I don't have a tissue for you. It's over there.
It's okay.
I'll get you one. But all of these things, really, like, I think what I want to leave the audience with today is just surround yourself surround yourself with people that elevate you. If you're in a rut or you're worn out, take a break. Change your setting, your physical setting, like you mentioned. I know when Seth was on, he talked about moving across country and how changing your environment is so big. I think that's such a huge, powerful point, that you can really reshape and recreate your own environment and the people you surround yourself with. Your life can literally change overnight if you needed to. Absolutely.
And not being so hard on yourself, because everybody has their own journey. Like me and my brothers both lost our parents, right? And it seems to me I'm struggling harder than them, but of course I don't know what they do behind closed doors, or maybe it may hit them in 6 months when one of them loses their dog. I don't know.
Yeah, people all grieve differently, and there's really no right or wrong. I mean, really. Yeah. So anyway, so I'm feeling really good about where we're at with our company. We have been adding incredible clients. We'll talk more and more about it as
pretty soon we'll be able to
unfold more and more, but we're just really grateful. And thank you for hanging out with us today. Thank you so much. If you have any questions or requested topics, let me know. I love it when people stop me on the street and they say, I loved this episode and I really enjoyed it. Like, keep it coming. Also, please continue to give us the 5 stars on Apple Podcasts.
Yes,
subscribe to our YouTube. We have a lot of fun content. We have shorts there. It's really becoming a powerful community kind of thing over there on YouTube. So check us out on YouTube. Everything's linked on Iconic Nation on Instagram.
We see all the comments both on Instagram and YouTube. So you write them anywhere and we'll hopefully integrate any of your ideas that they have.
We're always open for your comments and feedback. But thank you guys for watching and listening, and we'll see you again next week. All right. That is it for today. Thank you very much for listening, and be sure to follow us at Iconic Nation Media and send us a direct message and comment on some of our posts so that we can hear your feedback and incorporate them into our show. We appreciate you listening, and we look forward to catching you next week.